Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your boy CJ Sax. So today we'll be continuing from where we stopped last time on applications of major scale to real-time music part 1. So today we'll be doing the part 2. Alright, so just a quick recap of what we did last time. We had to differentiate between licks and phrases, and we talked more on melody and harmony and some feel terms, and also we had to give out some rules on how to form your licks. All right, we said how you should form your licks at the beginning. It's safe to add your licks at the beginning, at the end, or where there is a pause. All right, and also how do you form your licks? We made mention of ascending. All right, ascending, stepwise or leapwise motion. What do I mean by the stepwise? Being like you're going, since it's major scale that we are dealing with. All right, so when I say a step, it means just consider it as from like do to re, a whole tone. All right, not necessarily a whole tone, because mi to fa is a half step movement. So consider it as going through the major scale, but ascending. All right, so that's what I mean by stepwise movement. But normally what stepwise movements means is either half step or whole step. All right, but in this case we are dealing only with major scale. So when I say stepwise movement, I mean just a whole step. All right, so either do to re or re to mi. That's what I mean. So leapwise movement now is larger steps larger than a whole step. So that's why you have like 2-step movements. From do you skip where you go to mi. So that's like intervals of thirds, because we have do, re, and then mi. And so for me, you can have another third interval. This is mi, fa, so. All right. So this is just the number, defining intervals based on number. This is not like the proper way of defining intervals. Intervals are defined by the quality and then the number. But just from the purpose of this video, we are not dealing on intervals. All right, so just stay with me. So that is leapwise movement. Anything more than movements between that step from like that one step movement is a leapwise movement. So that's why you would see music go from, or someone could do a riff or play a scale, all right, or a lick, and could go from do all the way to so, or do all the way to la, or mi all the way to ti. Could do something like mi la so fa mi re ti la so, messing around with the intervals, compared to doing something like mi fa so fa mi re do re mi do. All right, something like that. So those are different ways of building your skill. All right, so notice once you go up, when you go up that way with larger intervals, you always try to resolve it. All right, always try to resolve it, so it makes your licks singable, so your licks can be singable. This is also applicable to what we call melodic motion. All right, once there is that large interval that creates tension, always try to resolve it. It's something called melodic motion. All right, it's a way of describing how notes succeed one another, but that is a story for another day. All right, so those are the rules we were able to build on. So stepwise movements, leapwise movement, and also this is what I mean in case this is not spelling love. So stepwise, leapwise, then we have ascending or descending. All right, so this ascending or descending can be applicable to stepwise. So you can ascend with a particular step with just one step movement. All right, you could do re mi fa so and decide to descend. So fa mi re do. You could decide to continue going. Do re mi fa so fa mi re do ti. Do re mi fa so fa mi re do ti la ti do. That is a lick on its own. You just went ascended and you descended to a particular number, then ascended back to do. So that was just some things we discussed. And also leapwise movement, as I've explained, you go larger intervals. All right, so do re mi so ti la so fa mi re so mi. All right, all those thirds or folds or feed intervals. You hear someone say something like, do something like do re mi ti la so fa mi re do. All right, all those movements are leapwise. You notice the leapwise also can be ascending and descending. So but today what we'll be doing, we'll also focusing on this, but to be an extension, we'll be introducing what we call substitution. All right, so we'll pick a song and try to create licks from it, and also introduce substitution. Substitution is the idea of replacing a melody line, an existing melody line, with another melody line. Alright, so in this essence, it's your own melody line. Alright, so it becomes a phrase. Alright, so you're using licks to build this. So you're totally replacing that. There's a part of while the music is going on, there are different melody lines, alright? So imagine replacing the particular, like, let's say, twinkle, twinkle, little star, that's the first melody line. How I wonder what you are, second melody line. So imagine the second melody line, you're replacing it with something else. You decorate your own style, still around the major scale, and produce something still around the chords. So I'll be teaching you that today, and some other stuff like that. So just stay tuned so as we start and begin the lessons. Alright, so we'll be using a popular song. Great is thy faithfulness, alright? So in no particular key, I'm just doing it wherever the range my voice will take me to. So in no particular key. So great is thy faithfulness, me, ready. So let me just sharply write this. So just alright, so this is our song, is our piece, our beautiful piece. It's Sulfatonics, alright? So we'll be doing something, we'll be replacing using substitution somewhere, so you see how it works. And also we'll be using the regular passing licks, alright? We could use passing lick here, so it doesn't get too noisy. So you always have to be cautious about this. So because you have the knowledge about making licks, doesn't mean you should always read everywhere. There should always be discipline in everything, alright? That is the idea of knowledge, right? Knowledge usually leads to mastery. Mastery is discipline, right? So not always apply your licks everywhere, right? So that is it. So we'll be doing our licks here on the first one and probably the second one, and then we'll be doing a substitution around here. Substitution works anywhere, there's no particular way, but I would choose to do my substitution around here. Alright. And add a lick here. And then add an ending phrase. An ending lick rather. So then that ends it and makes it. So that's 3 of it. So let's go. Let's start off with the first one being the me. Alright, so I'm going from a me to a me. Alright, where do I write this? Okay, so you can see clearly. I would always write it again. So this is the first one. So again, I was going from a me to a me. Alright, I was starting on this me and going to the ending note. You want to end on me also. Alright, so we look for chord tones of me, either chord tones or so we can either start on the first notes, the first melody notes, which is me. Alright, that's one way of starting the lick or building the lick. Or we can start at any chord tones. Alright, that's the second way. Or we can start at notes which are, let's say stepwise relationship with the melody notes. What do I mean by this? If we decide to go ascending, is as far. One step ascending is fa. One step descending is re. We take another note, for instance, so one step is la, the other step is fa. Alright, so you could decide to use that format. So that's 3 way. Alright, so I'll be using the third way I just mentioned, which is stepwise relationship. Alright, so I could go, I want to begin my lick with a re. Alright, so I know I'm on the re, and I know whatever I need to end with something here. So it applies the same way. I need to end either the melody note or the chord tone. Right? So let's say I want to end with a saw. Alright, so now I need to decorate my notes so I can end on the saw. That's where the rules comes in place when I say ascending or descending stepwise or larger intervals. All right, so I could go. Let's say I decide to go ascending. So mi fa, so mi. All right, so I've built something like re mi fa so mi re so, re mi fa so mi re so mi re re. But obviously this sounds too long, so we need to cut it down. I just did this so you see how. So if it's something that needs you to build the lick where there is a pause, where there is a pause, it requires longer. But there are short pauses, short rest and longer rest. But when there's longer rest, then you have to go extending. But in this case, you could just keep it simple, right? So you could just do re mi fa so mi. So re mi fa so mi. Alright, so notice how I went from where. Alright, so I went re mi fa. That's ascending, alright, stepwise movement. So it's the same. They are all stepwise movements. Re mi fa so. Alright, then so mi. So see how this relates to, makes it easier for you to form your licks. Alright, and this is a guide to going about it. With time you would be able to just do it, and that's why most of the times practicals comes first before theory. Alright, so notice how I just formed this, and it does make sense with the theory which I've given to you guys. So first, understand the theory behind it first before you try practicalizing into an extent where you do not even have to think about the theory. So that's the idea behind that. You will first know the rules. That's what I've given to you, the rules to it, and then with time you will just be forming the licks and notice it's relating to the rules you already know. You already knew. So that's the idea behind that. So we have our beginning lick. Mi fa so mi. I'll change the key. Sorry, I cannot remember the key I was in. You just have to bear with me. I'm not a singer. So alright. Mi re fa so fa mi. La ti la so fa mi re mi. So la ti do. We were supposed to add the lick there. Fuck. So la ti do ti la so. Alright, so I want to add a lick. I want to substitute this melody and add something else. So how do I do the same rules? You're following the same rules. It's just that you're entirely changing the melody. Alright, so this is how I would do this. So I have do and then re. Alright, so we can, of course, we're done with this. So we have our start note do and our end note at re. Alright, so I could decide to still start on the do. So let's do. Alright, so I have something like. So it sounds like so la ti do re mi fa mi re do ti. This has replaced this melody line entirely, but it's still within the chord progression. Alright, notice how the melody is still within the chord progression because of this rule. I know my first target note and I know the last target note where I want to end with. And notice I started with do. I can start with the melody notes or the chord tones of do. Alright, I can end with re and ti. Alright, so it's easy this way. It's very easy this way. So you see how I just know this, the first and my target note, the beginning and the end of it, and I start building up. This way now I built it up by ascending. Do re mi fa. I ascended up to fa, and then descended. Mi re do ti. Alright, another example could be so la ti. Alright, so la ti so fa mi so mi re do re. is still within the chord progression because of this formula. Alright, I know my start started note and my end started note. So I substituted the do for the saw. Alright, and I started off with saw and then built my lick ascending. So okay, this is descending rather. Alright, I built my lick descending. So that is so. So notice how I went from do to saw. Alright, that is also because of this. You can also see that because of the formula here, which is do and re, or you could see that as larger interval movements. Alright, it happens mostly all the times. Alright, in music, you could see a singer could be at a particular note and then decide to go up, but always balances the note. Alright, something called dissonant sound, there's something called consonant sound. Alright, so dissonance always resolves to a consonant. So fa mi descending. Alright, see this as you throw a stone up, right, and then gravity pulls it down. That's the idea behind dissonant sound. Alright, not saying that saw is a dissonant sound. No, saw is not a dissonant sound. I'm just saying, using this because we have moved from large intervals. Dissonant sounds are sounds like T, right? All those sounds that create tension, they are so unstable and they are yearning for you to resolve them. Those are dissonant sound. But we are using, and I just brought this in because we actually went from do to saw. Right, this is a large interval. So notice how I did so for me. I'm trying not to go off key. It's very hard, but it's very easy while you're playing. But there, okay, so la ti so fa mi re do re. So fa mi is descending, and then for me to saw, of course, third mi fa saw. Alright, so this is interval movement, your loop-wise, third interval, loop-wise, then fa mi so mi re. This is so mi back to me again. So it's like, see how the loop-wise now is ascending and descending. Lip-wise from me to saw and saw to me. This is how it works. So this is all lip-wise, alright? And then, of course, obviously, you're descending back by one step. So this is all descending, so do, and then re, alright? So this re now, the idea of this re is because I was looking for, alright? I told you could either end on that starts note, the target note, or you can end in the chord tones of it. So it sounds cool. So la ti do re mi fa mi re do ti, or so la ti. This is a very high song. So la ti so re mi so mi re do re. Yes, you ascended and had to descend it. That's how music works normally, usually, traditionally. Traditionally is the right word because not all music, modern music these days do not really give. No, I don't want to say that word. Modern music these days do not really care about resolution. Do not really pay more attention to or give value to resolution, right? Because music could just end anywhere. Like even our gospel music. So ask me like a shoe. He just stands there, like where after a what? So you see how music is really evolving. But I mean, this is just rules for modern music, and it helps you if you know the rules. You could, and you're very comfortable with it, can do with it as you like. So that's the idea behind substitution, changing the whole melody and making it your own, but still respecting the structure of the song. When I mean structure, I mean the chord progressions of the song, the rhythm of the song, thus maintaining the whole melody of the song. Alright, do not go, and also the key of the song. Do not create substitution and go out of key. Alright, so you have to be very cautious about this. So yeah, this is a very good way. So we'll also deal with what we call, so the ending part of the song. So I'm still on key. I'm very sure I'm still on key. I don't know. But let me know in the comment section if I'll come out of key. Láti do ti la so fa mi mi re. Láti do so so mi fa re do. Alright, so mi fa re do. If you're wondering how it's very easy for me to sing sulfur tonics. Alright, this is something I've done over the years, and not just the period. That the period doesn't really matter. It's something you do consistently. So I consistently was singing sulfur tonics. Alright, so it's a very great way. If you want to, be very fluent at sulfur tonics and be able to, make your ears very sharp to detecting notes, you have to constantly be singing sulfur tonics. Alright, so easiest way of doing this, when you listen to a song, first find the key of the song by humming the tonic of that song, which is do. Once you know the tonic of the song, you can know every other note from the song, from which is around the song. Alright, so doing this, be constantly humming songs, and you will just be doing just as I'm fluently singing the notes of the song. So mi fa re do. I'm still on key, I'm very sure. Mi fa re do. Alright, so we're looking for an ending lick. Alright, so I could do the same formula the same way. Same formula, it sounds like maths. The same way I could go like. Do you see how it's easy for me to create the licks and it will still rhyme with the theory I'm giving you? So you're going to attain this level, but you need to first start small, memorize these rules, and if you need to write them down, write them down. Alright, then afterwards mastery will come. You'll be able to do things like this and just create licks. That's how you see people create licks on the internet, and they don't really explain it to you, they just let you copy. But I believe in showing you how to do it, so you can, because if I just give you licks, you'll be limited to just what I give you. But now showing you this, you could create so many licks and be a master of your own. I mean, the sky is too big for just one person to be flying and be feeding the rest of everybody. So I want you to be a boss. You're welcome. So, I'm not sure I'm singing a key. What am I? So I was saying, dirty day, if I do, dirty day, dirty day, we found. Alright, my lick is just very basic from do to do. It's not that basic, but it's basic because my target note is do, and I started with do. I did not like go like to start on the chord tone or whatever. I just even do and edit on do and give me dirty do mi fa mi re dirty re do. Alright, you could try playing this if you want, but I mean you obviously understand the arrangement, what's happening here. You just stepwise movements back to ascending and descending. Alright, do re movement, do re mi fa, see do re mi fa, one step. Alright, ascending, and then fa re is like fa mi re, third interval down, fa mi re. Alright, so from there, third interval leapwise, and then fa re mi. Alright, you're going ascending, and then re mi re, so it's like ascending, descending. Alright, so you could create re mi re ascending and descending, and then re mi re ti to re is interval of third. So re do ti gives you third. Alright, so this is also leapwise, and then si re the same. So re do ti, and then re do ti with the interval, and then ti re again, ti do re. So you see how the leapwise is intervals is ascending and descending. So it can happen that way. Intervals can also ascend. So you could have do mi so mi fa, do mi so, from do to mi, interval of third, and then I ascended again to so, do mi so, interval of third, and then came back do mi so fa mi, interval of third, then mi fa. So you see how it goes. Alright, so and there you have it. I have my ending lick. Alright, so you could always spice this up. Let's try creating something else. Mi fa re do, mi fa re do. This is that's vocal range. I'm not that good at it. Mi fa re. Oh, my marker is good. Alright, this sounds nice. Mi fa re so fa mi re la so. La, sol, mi, ti, do. Alright, so this is very important. This is a larger interval. Alright, and notice how, because this is La, alright, this is La, it easily resolved back to Sol. And I was talking about dissonance, alright? So because this is Re to La, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La. This is like fifth interval, moving interval. Mind you, I am not exactly calling the interval the way it is. This is just for the purpose of this major scale. I don't want to go calling it the way it is, even though I'll be introducing chromatic and I'll have to explain. That will be for another video. Please, I will make a video about intervals if you want it. Alright, you could as well tell me in the comment section if you want it, and it will encourage me to do it. Yeah. So, but this, I'm just calling it a fifth, so you understand it's like movement of do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. You know, do is your 1, your re is your 2, and so when I say fifth from re, you just know that re becomes my 1 and I start counting re, mi, fa, sol, la, and I have my fifth. That's what I'm using here. This is not the real name of this interval. Alright, intervals are always based on quality and number. I'm just giving the number, I'm not saying the quality yet. Alright, so that's what I did here. After going sol, fa, mi, descending, I descended, stepwise descending. Sol, fa, mi, re, all descending. So from my re, I now keep up re straight by 5. And he gave me my la. And then from la, I now decided to just resolve it by 1 step. I remember I told the example of the 3 something up, gravity pulls it down. So naturally, traditionally, that's how they resolve stuff. Resolve stuff by bringing it down. Because once the human ear always thinks of resolution that way. If something is up, they always want something to come down. So, but nowadays something can be up and still find the way to find resolution still at that up, or something like re, la, ti, do. Alright, and it's still cool. But anyway, so fa, mi, re, la, sol. Alright, so la, sol, that's 1, and then sol, do, mi, obviously you should be familiar with this by now. Sol, to mi is now your 3rd movement, and then mi, ti. Mi, ti is also a spicy integral movement because we have mi as 1. So mi, fa, sol, la, ti. What do we have there? Also 5. You see? 5. And then back to, after T, obviously back to do, because after T is your do. Alright, so that's stepwise movement, because we said, and I'm repeating myself. I hope you understand this, because we said once it's more than that 2-step movement or that 1-step movement, that is, that's slipwise. Alright, so larger intervals. So, and then you have your licks. So, fa, mi, re, la, sol, mi, ti, do. Alright, so you could go on to form many licks as that and know where to put them. Do not put them everywhere so it's not noisy. Alright, so your play can be colorful and mature. Alright, so that will be all. I hope you found value from watching this video content, and if you did do well to, follow me so you could get updated when I post useful and helpful content such as this. Turn on the notification bell so you get notified once I also post useful content such as this, and also like, follow, and share and comment on the topics you want me to teach you next, and I'll be glad to do that. Alright, so your comment is like an encouragement to me to keep doing it, but with or without the comment, I will still do it. Community service.